I have only been at the spot for 15 minutes and it is already going really well. Almost 70 silver in just 15 minutes. You can really make good money with that. I am fishing here again for Bleak at the Winding Rivulet, and the Bleak is absolutely worth it. Because the Bleak is a very valuable fish, and you can target it very easily. You really do not need much at all. You can start very easily here with a basic pole, and with simple baits, you can fish for Bleak just fine. And that is exactly what gives you this huge advantage. You do not need much, you basically have no costs, and you simply have the opportunity to earn really good silver with it. And the nice thing is, on the side you also catch other fish, of course, that come in as well, for example, dace, or sometimes common roach. And with those, you can then complete additional coffee orders here at the Winding Rivulet. For example, here we have a dace weighing 96 grams. We also catch the dace on very simple bait, very cheap bait. Just this one fish alone has now already brought in more than 5 silver again. So dace and bleak are absolutely worthwhile fish, especially when you're still in the early stage and do not have much setup yet, not many different baits. Very simple baits are completely sufficient. And as bait, I'm currently just using pearl barley. Size 20 hook, pearl barley. The whole thing simply on the pole, and you are ready to go. So, very, very easy. And if you cannot craft pearl barley yet, in the video I show you how to get there. That is reached very quickly. You really do not need many skill points at all to get to pearl barley. And the next one, yes, perfect. You do of course have to be careful, because when you are standing here with 3 poles at the same time, the whole thing can become a bit exhausting. And in the same way, you also have to play around a bit, not only with the depth downward, but also with the distance that you set. And you actually have to test that yourself. I really cannot take that part away from you. I have now found for myself that in this area, right where the floats are standing right now, it works quite well. And that in turn means that with this short pole that I have here, this is just the hazelnut rod from the Christmas market. I charge it to about 45% and then cast out loosely. By the way, make sure that you have enough space, because this here is of course an absolute catastrophe. You cannot put the rod down anywhere. So always make sure that you have enough space at your spot and that the rods are not standing too close to each other. Zap and zap, cast out and pulled back in again. Yes, and then the flying switch works as well. Cast out quickly, pull in the next bleak quickly. That is exactly the be all and end all. And it already continues directly, and the next one. Yes, and this can really become stressful, especially at the beginning if it is too much for you. And if you still have some difficulties with pole fishing, then maybe start at first with just 1 pole, or later on add a second pole over time. But as I said, once you eventually have 3 poles in rotation, it really pays off, because you achieve an extremely high frequency. And of course, the whole thing is also interesting for everyone who is looking for bait fish here. That means bait fish made from bleak. I will quickly take a look now during this time. Yes, that is also quite good. In 20 minutes, 15 bait fish, that really looks quite respectable as well. So with bleak and the size 20 hook, that fits really well right now. And what is also really nice is that we can literally watch how the fish bite. That is also a very nice learning effect for you if you are just starting out. You can also try fishing further up front here, in this area where you can still look into the water. There you can see the bait drifting, and on the other hand, you can of course see when a fish swims in. Because the bait here is set to only 18 centimeters depth, you can clearly see how the fish swim in and how they start biting. And accordingly, you can recognize much better when a fish turns away, so that you can strike at exactly the right moment. Let us take another quick look at the complete setup. This is what it looks like right now. So it is just a very simple pole. If you already have a better pole than this one, then definitely use it. This one here is only 4 meters long, And because of that, it is a bit harder to reach far enough out. So, if you uphold that it's a bit longer, you clearly have advantages here. But also vary your casting distance by simply stepping a bit further back. If, for example, you have a pole with 6 meters, 7 meters, or 8 meters length, then it is best to fish from back here and just casually cast into this area as well. I myself also walk back and forth a bit here with the short pole so that I get the right distance and can still place the rods properly. And straight away, the next bleak. Additionally, as mentioned, I am using a size 20 hook, and as always with float fishing, it is absolutely worth using a monofilament line here. Monofilament, simply because we have a stretching effect with it. It works a bit like a rubber band, and because of that, we can also safely tire out much heavier fish while fighting them. If, for example, a big chub suddenly bites here, you will have no problem pulling out a significantly heavier chub with this kind of setup. All the information about what is best to buy and how to properly get into float fishing can of course also be found here in the float fishing playlist in Russian Fishing 4, meaning how to start best and, as mentioned, what equipment is worth buying. And when it comes to bait options, besides this pearl barley, which you can craft very quickly, you also have the option to test oat porridge or sweet porridge. And here comes the next bigger one, the next larger common roach, 800 grams even. Very nice, yes. And besides pearl barley, you can of course also use different larvae, bark beetle larva, castor maggot, bloodworm. So these 4 baits also work really well here at the Winding Rivulet again and again. Or of course simply the fly, that also works. However, these baits are noticeably more expensive than just pearl barley. And that's why I'm fishing here extremely cheaply, because especially at the beginning, we want to save silver and generate as much silver as possible. And we do that with a very, very simple setup. Yes, and additionally, we are of course happy about every other fish that comes in here, because with this method, we can also complete coffee orders very well here at the Winding Rivulet. And with the coffee orders, we then of course make significantly more silver. We will take another quick look at that in a moment. By the way, in terms of time of day, it is almost over now with Dace and Bleak fishing. At night, these fish do not bite at all anymore, which means that during the night, we switch the bait anyway, from this dough bait to a worm bait, and we also go significantly deeper with the depth setting. Depending on where you stand and how far you cast, you can then set 30 centimeters or 40 centimeters depth. For example, with a simple earthworm, and then you just try to catch more fish during the night using the earthworm. At this spot, something like a Don Ruffy, for example, can also bite. So, we take this one fish here with us as well. And then we quickly take another look into the coffee menu. You can see we have a wide variety of different fish that you can catch quite well again and again. And the coffee orders are of course worth it. In this case, I currently have common roach and exactly 5 pieces together. So that is already 17 silver just for the common roach alone. And overall, I have now made 90 silver at this spot in 30 minutes. That means 30 minutes at the spot, over 100 silver just with Bleak. And now it continues into the night. So we keep fishing to make even more silver, or you already have a very large selection of different bait fish, which is of course also worth it. If this helped you, leave a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. That helps me as well. And then I will see you in the next video. Until then, tight line.